if you've been on social media, you've seen these claims. This works great. Lose weight, grow more hair, or don't. It doesn't matter. They're all over TikTok and other social media. We have Dr. Redcross with us here, the TikTok doc. How you doing, sir?
I am doing well, Tony. How are you? Good morning, everyone.
I'm just curious as to how legitimate are some of the majority of the claims that you see on social media, like, hey, drink this and you'll lose weight.
Yeah, they're not so legitimate, everyone. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. You know, we used to deal with Dr. Google, but now we need to watch out for TikTok doc, and it always gets back to the same thing, Tony. You have to have a good relationship with your doctor to ask him or her about these things of what's good for you.
Well, you've written a book about relationships with your doctor. It's called Bond, and that seems to be something that you reiterate that's very, very important. The 4 cornerstones of a lasting and caring relationship with your doctor. How important is that so that when you see things like this, you don't go jump on the bandwagon?
Yeah, you know, everyone, it's important for 2 ways. Number one, I think all of you should obviously have an important relationship with your doctor that's based on trust, respect, empathy, and communication. But when you're dealing with some of these TikTok things, Tony, we were talking, look, they can be devastating to some of them if you don't have a good relationship with your doctor to say, hey, doc, is this okay for me? So that the doc can kind of come in and say, no, not for you, and this is why.
Well, are any of the things that you see, any of the big challenges that you see, are any of them beneficial?
You know, that's a great question. You know, it's interesting. So all of you out there riding around, I'm sure you heard about this Ozempic challenge. Ozempic is a diabetic medication, everyone. But the good thing about TikTok in this case is that a natural ingredient called berberine was roped into it. See, berberine is good to help support blood sugar and cholesterol, so that's why I got mixed up in with Ozempic. But the thing is, with berberine, it's a natural way to get it. We know the doses is at 1,500 milligrams. We know these things, but once again, until you come into your doctor and have this discussion, you won't know what's good for you and what isn't. So when you think about berberine, in this case with TikTok doc, it's not for weight loss. It's just for the 2 things I mentioned, just for your blood sugar and cholesterol. And then the other discussion, Tony, and all the patients always say, well, okay, doc, I heard about berberine. You're educating me. Where do I get it? Because it's all over Amazon. So I usually talk to them, look, you can look for sources that are vetted with a seal, like good manufacturing practices. It'll be GMP, or even the doctor's preferred line of berberine. Once again, it's doctor vetted and doctor formulated. But you can't have these discussions, Tony, if you don't talk to your doctor to see what fits you for the particular situation.
Well, what are some of the popular TikTok health trends that that we're seeing right now that might be worth looking into and asking your doctor about?
Well, one of them is the water chugging challenge, everyone. So it sounds simple, right? You can just chug water, you have fun. This is a TikToker who put that out there, but this particular TikToker didn't recognize that if we chug too much water, everyone, we can get a condition called hyponatremia. In other words, it drops our sodium, which can be devastating. So water drinking is a good thing. I always say, 8 glasses 8 times a day, but once again, not for everyone, Tony. What about my patients who have heart failure? I don't want them getting that much fluid in. So something as simple as the water chugging challenge. While water is good for us, it's not necessarily good for you unless you speak to your doctor to see, once again, does it fit your situation?
So when we see something like this, it's a great idea next time you have your appointment to say, I saw this. Does this really work? And they probably can tell you, just like what you just said. Well, you've got this, so it probably wouldn't be a good idea. But if you want to accomplish this, let's look at an alternative.
No, and that's the whole point. That's why, the doctor's office shouldn't be someone, everyone, with the doctor way up in the mountains better. No, we are together. We are a partnership in this 4 walls when you're there to see your doctor. So when these crazes come up, you should be able to bring them in and feel like, hey, I can talk to Dr. X. I don't think I'll be dismissed. They're going to give me a little education around it and know why this may fit my criteria, or I should say my health situation, to see if I should start it maybe.
Well, I'm just kind of wondering if it ever gets to the situation where if you do ask your doctor a lot of things about what you see on TikTok that, say, for example, oh, gosh, Tony's got an appointment today. He's probably going to ask me about this weird thing he saw on TikTok. I mean, does that ever happen?
No, never, Tony. No, all right, it happens. But the way you get around it, everyone, is go to your doctor's office with a strategy, with a plan. In other words, before you get to the doctor's office, think of the three things you want to leave away with. For instance, in the berberine situation, come with your questions on berberine, but also come with the bottle so that we can go line by line and make it an education sort of visit so that we can make sure that we grow together.
All right, let me ask you that. I was noticing there was something, the box breathing challenge. What in the world is that? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, this is a nice one, everyone. Now, this gets back, Tony, to your question. This is a good one in a sense. But,
okay.
So this is a box breathing, everyone. It's talking about really mindfulness, mindful breathing. You're taking in a deep breath, you're holding it, you're blowing it out slowly, but you're being mindful throughout. It's like a different sort of technique that helps with anxiety or the S word. I'm talking stress there, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever like to say the word. So when you're dealing with those things, it's helpful. The only thing with the box breathing challenge, everyone, if you find yourself doing it all day, every day, then you have to pick up the phone and call your doc, because I want to make sure that are we missing an anxiety disorder? Are we missing depression? Are we missing some things that, we need to have a discussion with the doctor about just to help support you around the box breathing challenge? But box breathing in and of itself is a good thing, but once again, make sure you're dialed into us so we can make sure that something else isn't going on.
It sounds a little bit about like that chair yoga we tried on the air yesterday. That was pretty good. That was interesting. Anyway, chair yoga. I'm thinking that's about the only way I can do it, because when the dog goes down, it ain't coming back up sometimes. And
I hear
down
you.
dogs stay. That's me. All right, Dr. Redcross, where can we go to find out some more information and get connected and be able to, not be afraid to take some of these things to our doctor?
Yeah, so look, everyone, I really mean this. So my website is drkenredcross.com. If you want to learn more about whether it's berberine, that's at doctorspreferred.com, or even some of these challenges, I really mean it. Please feel free to reach out. I love meeting new people.
All right, Doctor, good talking with you. A lot of fun and some great information there. Thanks for being with us today.
You too, everybody. Have a blessed day.